All right, perfect. Little technical difficulties today. Let's see here. Who do we got? Everybody there? So thank you for your patience. Everybody who's excited, who enjoyed their week off.
I enjoyed it, but I missed our conversations too.
Perfect. It's always good, right? We become addicted to learning and growing and becoming our best versions. I love it. Okay, we got a couple new people in. Who's got something good they want to share? Tell me something good. Nobody? Nobody has something good?
I'll go. I looked at a few vacant houses yesterday for the first time, so that was a lot of fun. And then just spent last week just out places with my kids, getting to know people, and I've got a few people who might be buying in the next 6 months to a year. So I got their emails, and I'll just be sending them things that they're kind of looking for within their price range, and just be in front of them so they know what's happening.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I don't know if this is already happening and I just don't know about it, but it does seem like a great way for real estate to be in the future, hopefully. I watched a program on real estate yesterday, and they put a code on the sign in front of the house. You type the code into your phone and then the whole listing comes up. I don't know, it sounded fun.
There's versions of that, I think, to an extent where it used to be that it would be a telephone recording, right?
Yes.
So there's versions of it. I can imagine that we're not far off from that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What else? Let's see. How many contacts did we add to the database? Everybody, let's just type that in, because I know today, well, I mean, we're coming down to the final stretch, right? For Ignite. And today is blast off. And what that is. And so this is going to be a good thing. But I would tell you what I learned last week at Mega Camp, and here's my big ha-ha that I will share with you. And that is that we need to be the center of our clients' real estate experience. That we have an opportunity with Keller Williams to be the center. We have our app, we have our command, we have Keller Mortgage, and we have Keller Covered. So we can literally be their trusted real estate resource, our clients' trusted real estate resource. When we let people use Zillow, and we let our clients use Zillow or Redfin or Realtor, they're going to use whatever app it is. But just know that most likely they're going to be contacted by those companies, and they're going to try to take your client. But if you keep them on your app, the only person who's going to reach out to them is you. And that is what we want. That's the experience. I heard last week from one of my clients, he's gotten over half a dozen calls from Zillow because he's still on there looking. Not because he's not under contract, he's just, it's a hobby now. He goes, and the first question they ask is, are you happy with your real estate agent? So that was kind of eye-opening to me. And I think it's important that we know that, so we can be our client's trusted real estate resource. Okay. But today, as people type in how many people they added to their contact base, their notes, and whatnot, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to get started with Blast Off. Today, some of you are going to be familiar with Morgan, as he is our agent services division with the Experience Growth Network. He is a tool of knowledge. He's a wealth of knowledge for all of us. And I learned something today. I did not know he had his own virtual assistant business offering digital services to struggling small businesses. So ask as many questions as you can today. He is great. Today's, focused on helping you grow your business to your fullest potential through systems, tools, goals, and plannings. Okay. So with that, Morgan, how you feeling today? You ready to go?
I'm feeling fantastic. This is actually one of my most favorite classes that I'm allowed to teach here. So really excited for today.
Love that. Love it. And it's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. So again, just like Matt said, I am the Director of Technology and Innovation for the Experience Brokerage Network. And what that means is just a fancy title for I'm pretty much your tech guru. So if you guys ever run into technical issues regarding the KW command system, my KW, your KW mobile apps, just know that you have a whole division behind you to help support you. Okay, so just know that that when real estate agents join the company, we don't expect them to be full technology experts, but just know that you have us, the tech experts, here to back you up. Now jumping into today's class, again, Ignition Blast Off. Today you're really going to learn how to get and stay focused. You're also going to learn how to kind of know your numbers and be able to mark your numbers down every month. You're also going to be able to keep yourself accountable to your goals, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. As well as plan for your business future. I know all of us didn't join real estate just for the heck of it. So I'm here to kind of have a conversation with you guys, about your goals and your business future. Before we get started here today, if you guys can go ahead and unmute yourselves. This is the 12th class of Ignite, the last one. I just wanted to ask who are some great speakers that you guys had the pleasure of listening to throughout Ignite? Anyone that kind of stuck with you?
Matt.
Matt? Yeah, Matt's great.
Sucking up will get you everywhere.
Lauren seemed really interesting.
Okay. Anyone else?
I liked Sarah. Sarah Noel.
Oh yeah, she is good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. I'll just make sure after class here to reach out and give those instructors some kudos. They really do their best to set some time aside to pump you guys full of knowledge. And today's my day, so so excited. What I would like to start off, since we have a pretty small group here, I'd kind of like to go one by one and talk to you guys about goals a little bit, what they mean for you, what your goals are, and what you guys see for the future. So going from left to right, let's start with Barton here.
I guess my goal really is it's a two-step. I want to be really good at this, and that means two different things to me. One means being able to get clients and take care of clients that need help, and I want to be really good at that. And then the other thing is I want to be good at being able to do the business side and then make money at it, which means for me, it means to be able to get new people, be able to get new clients all the time. So, but it's the career I had before, I felt like I was really good at it. and that ended up going away eventually, but I miss that feeling of being really good at what I do. So that is a big part of, I mean, the money part is, you know, we still could use some money coming in, but for me, a big part of it is the challenge of getting really good at it. So that's important to me, I guess. That's maybe one of my main things. You know, the money, of course, it's a job, right? That we're doing this for work. But besides that, it's that challenge of getting really good at it. So whatever that means, and then however that develops for me, you know, I'm sure that'll evolve very quickly, as it has in the last 2 months. You know, and it'll change. So, but I want that feeling of being good at what I do. So.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm just taking a few notes here, and really sounds like you enjoy the challenge of you know, growing your own business, and really seems like that's what you're going to be primarily focused on, is the crunching the numbers and growing.
I've actually had my own business my entire career.
Okay.
So that end is very familiar, and that's big part of what attracted me to real estate too, is the idea of just working for somebody else was not appealing to me at all, because I'd never done it before. And I like the freedom of, if I get good, if I get talented at what I do, then I make, then everything turns out better. I get more business, I make more money, I'm more successful all around. So, and I like the responsibility of that being up to me, I guess, as opposed to a ceiling of, you know, I get as good as I can at that job, and then then it just levels off. I like that open-ended ceiling of the better you get, the better things are. So.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for sharing, Barton. I'll come back to what you said here throughout this class. Gosh, I may butcher your name, Hoang.
Yes.
What's tell me your big goal. Tell me your big why for why you joined real estate and decided to create your own business.
Also, I think first I want to challenge myself with a new career that I thought I never gonna be. And second is there's a Vietnamese community here. So I would like to help Vietnamese community how to help them to look buy or sell their home.
That's I have to say that you're in a fantastic line of work to be able to help and give back to the community, as well as on your way to you know, build that career worth having. So welcome. Thank you for sharing. I'll again, all you guys who give me your answers, I'll reference them back through today's class. Cal, how about you?
So I've always been in sales, but I've always had a boss. And so I've a bit of a nitpicker myself. So I'm always kind of trying to poke at, like, it'd be better if we did it this way. So I think one of the things that steered me towards real estate is being able to be my own boss and kind of run my business the way that, you know, I feel it could be done the best. And then some of my goals, my goal focus is that I think it's going to be growth, especially over the first like 5 to 10 years of just being able to do more transactions, more volume from year end, you know, basically each year, and then eventually kind of growing a team and things like that. So
perfect. As you see, it sounds like you and Barton have quite a bit in common. So it's nice to be able to join these masterminds or these classes, whatever you would prefer to call them, and be able to see those similarities start to poke through. These classes, I would say, are an amazing opportunity for you guys to pair up with other individuals, like-minded individuals, and be able to kind of help each other keep accountable to your goals and being able to reach them. So something to think about. Mm-hmm. Jacqueline, how about you?
Oh, surprise. Wasn't expecting it. Basically, I'm here because I want to build relationships. So I would like to get to know my community better, and through that, process through that with sellings and listings. And I really think I need to go back to my former motto was just do it. I've got to put a big sign up somewhere so I can jump into this more, because I need to jump in. I also feel that maybe for me, I think a team group would probably be more appropriate. I've always worked on teams, and this, trying to start my own business, hasn't been very comfortable. So I'm going to look into that type of situation.
Absolutely. It's always great to be able to broaden your horizons a little bit and see what really works for you. And Jacqueline, just do it. I swear I've heard your motto somewhere before. I just can't put my finger on it.
I think it's been a mini adventure.
But I'm sure your market center, and I'll see what I can do after class here to kind of help point you in the right direction of being able to kind of find a team that has those same sense of values and gives back to the community and things like that for you.
Explain to me the situation. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Rebecca.
So I've got a couple of goals. My first one is definitely about being able to create a successful business with my sister and my husband so that we can become financially secure at the end of our working years. And then the other one is also, I really want to be able to bring knowledge and facts and understanding to people so that they don't have like fears and misunderstandings about being able to buy and sell property, so that they feel that they can do so with given tools. So I want to bring that out.
Very awesome. I've been waiting for somebody. There's usually more that poke out. I've been waiting for people to say, bring their family in and build a business with their family and something to kind of pass down, right?
Right.
Yeah, pretty cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Hi.
Hi.
So I've had my own business for 26 years. Prior to doing this, I had my own preschool and childcare. So you could say I was mostly an educator. And I was telling Matt I think it was Matt at a prior conversation that I didn't realize how much childcare skill set has in common with real estate. It's really, fast-paced environment, putting out fires. I'm my go-to person. It's just me. I have really, really strong relationships with people that I've worked with, and that's really important to me. And so my motivation for real estate is twofold. One is I was just kind of getting burned out with daycare and preschool, and I just wanted to use my brain a little bit more. And then also I had cancer a few years ago, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. And so I wanted to do something that I had a little more say in the physical part of the job and being able to put my health first and not have so many people counting on me at once. So it turns out I'm really loving this. I love to educate people. I love to guide people. I love to lead people and develop friendships and meaningful relationships. And I found that this is a really good fit for me. One thing for me right off the bat, and I'm probably going against the grain here with Keller Williams, but my goal is to not necessarily be a big team and to not money is not a motivator for me. So that is not a huge thing for me. So my personal model has always been, this is not a practice life. And so I've always done what I love what I do. And that's really, really important to me. And I just believe that money will come with it. And then, I'm not disinterested in the idea of a team, but right now I want to master it for myself before I can even think about the idea of a team and that. So for me, that's just my learning style. I like to master it. And then once I feel like I've mastered it as much as you can, then I, definitely open to the possibility of a team or moving on. But yeah, and I'm also I love the fact that with real estate, there's never a dead end. It's always growing, changing, learning. And that's really, really important to me, to be in a career that's not a dead end.
I agree with that. It's you know, just to be able to grow and you know, again, not hit your ceiling and be able to have more growth opportunities and paths, you know, through real estate, I'd say is definitely and then again that flexibility part too.
Yeah.
I think it really makes a huge difference in being able to line up your career, your work and personal life. So I love the fact that you found similarities in your prior career and now, because I think it really helps to kind of bridge the gap of, you know, knowledge, or if it's a little scary or not.
Yeah, I'm fortunate because I've been my own, and like Bart, I've been in charge of my own destiny for pretty much my whole adult life. And so to switch to real estate, the idea of being the only one that's going to make money for myself is not, that doesn't scare me. What's intimidating to me is getting to that point where I have enough knowledge to feel confident enough to really do it. And every day I'm learning something. I talk to a lot of people. I'm just, especially like vendors, all different title company people. I've been doing a lot of that. And I'm learning a ton from other avenues in the business.
Awesome. And I'd just say, keep it up. Just keep it up. You know, don't ever get too busy to learn or to, you know, build relationships.
Right.
Thank you for sharing. Marissa.
Hi. So I joined and became a realtor because I spent the last 12 years working as a manager in retail. And I got kind of just sick of making somebody else a lot of money and kind of them telling me what I was worth to be paid. And also with retail comes working whatever schedule they give you at all hours of the day and through holidays. And it's just something I kind of got sick of because I've missed out on a lot of like family events in the past. And I had my first baby last March and I was like, okay, I need to do something different because I don't want to be gone all the time. Like I actually want to be here to like raise my child too. So it's been fun. It's been something I've been able to be home with her, but still go out and do. And I've been learning a lot, and it's been a different because I joined, this is actually my makeup class. I was in the last Ignite class.
Okay.
I joined 2 weeks after I had her. So it's been a whirlwind of learning just a whole bunch of new things at once. So, but it's been good. And my goal is to get to a point where I can at least have that one transaction a month is kind of my goal where I'm headed right now. So.
Awesome. Just you being here and again, making up this class, I'd say, you know, again, it's proven that testament. Just stick with it. And congratulations. Oh my gosh, to have that amount of work ethic, you know, right when you have a little one, I think is pretty impressive. So,
Yeah.
And then what we say here in the industry is everything that you do today will show up 3 months from now. So just keep working hard, and eventually you will see those fruits of your labor.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Jane.
Hi, I came into real estate after my kids are gone, and I'm going through a kind of divorce. So I'm going to be a single, and I need I want to have a career that I can actually I very much agree with Kimberly was saying, engage. I'd like to engage the world because I was very much a homebody for a long time and had a smaller circle of influence in the world. So I want to reach out to the world, have more friends, build more relationships, and while at the same time I think I can use my skills. I had a finance background, investment background, and I can, I think applies well into real estate. I do enjoy, anything about finance. And hopefully I build a career for myself as, for the next 15, 20 years. The flexibility I like because it's I can choose the lifestyle I want to live. I'm not really following, how much money I want to make. Just I think if I do a good job and build those relationships, money will come. For me, I think at this age, I'm 51, and I think this career kind of it's a payoff, the longevity pays off. So hopefully in the next, after when I'm 60 years old, it will be, instead of going decline, I will be going upward, So I really feel this is the right choice for me so far. I really enjoyed it. I think just find something, this is something can be meaningful, and rewarding. I want to, sometimes I said to my friends, I want to be a good realtor. There are plenty of bad ones out there. I want to be a good one. I think I'll be a good one, be a better person, and it will be, the reward will come.
I agree with that. I think, and again, I love the answers all of you guys are giving, because, this is a place to be able to build your career around your lifestyle and be able to, again, give back to your community and be able to meet people who have similar interests. And there's one thing that I'd like to mention in your market center, and that's called the ALC committee. And these ALC committees have all these different committees that you can join, that if you're interested in, say, technology, you can join another group of real estate agents in your market center that are interested in the same sort of things, and you're able to kind of really build strong relationships, about business and about your interests. So really great. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. Emily.
Hey there. My plan with real estate is I have a full-time job, so this is what I've been just doing on the side since 2020. I kind of got bored with COVID, and so I wanted to go to school for something and learn something, and this is something that's always interested me. So I just want to use real estate as something I can help my friends and family with, and myself as well. So I don't really have huge plans. Like, it sounds like a lot of people are planning to do this like full time. But for me, it's going to be something I plan to do on the side, and just help my friends and family over the years. So also I like the idea of being an independent business owner. I've never done that before. So there's so much to learn for me on the benefits of being an independent business owner. So no big goals as of right now, but you never know what the future holds.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being so candid. I appreciate I appreciate your and value your opinions and what you're trying to go for. I hope maybe after this class we can get some strong goals here for you. That's going to be my my goal for today. Absolutely. Now let's see here. Irina.
Yeah, hey there. Excuse
Hey.
the baby in the background if you hear him. But my why is I love helping people. At my last job, I got to meet a lot of awesome people, hear their stories, and help them. But I wasn't really happy with having a boss and someone else call the shots and kind of limit goals too. So real estate was really interesting to me since we bought our first house, and we had a great agent and a not so good agent. So I was like, I want to be that good agent and help people. And so my goal is to build a successful career and eventually be the primary income for our family. And then I'd also love to invest in rentals and have a passive income one day so that I can spend more time with my family.
Perfect. Straight to the point. I like it. Absolutely amazing. And I think we got one more, Daisy. All right. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here, thank you guys so much for telling me your goals. Again, I just want to get that out of the way because knowing your big why and your goals into why you're really doing anything, but really, you know, going through that licensing, testing, the classes and trainings, you know, one thing that I really would like to say is, you know, how important your goals are. You know, there may be days where you're flying high and you're making lots of sales and then, you know, you could, you know, all of a sudden slip and become financially irresponsible, or you could have some tough days, right? And wondering, you know, why am I putting myself through this? But one thing that really rings true, and again, like I said, everything that you do is really think about your big why. Why am I doing this? What's the reason for this? And again, I like I said, I love all the answers that you guys gave because these are honest, true answers that you can accomplish in your real estate career. You know, to build a business that you can leave down, you know, to your to your family or your children, and to be able to give back to your community and again grow a strong financially free business is. You know, is this why we all kind of joined and why we're here today, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through this last class here. Let me jump on. Let me actually run through, you know, what it kind of means to, you know, to know your numbers and know your goals and how to get to the place that you want to be. So let me run through here really quick. Let's see. So you guys already did your kind of your daily 10 forwards. Those are your contacts and you know, stuff that you were talking with Matt. But the next page on here is a sales pipeline. Now, have any of you guys seen this pipeline? Are you guys familiar with this pipeline at all? Now,
Yes.
yeah, and to some of the business owners, yeah, I'm sure this looks very familiar. For those of you who, if this is your very first time seeing this, this is what we call a sales funnel or a sales pipeline, right? Now this is really something that you can apply to any business at all, right? If you have a flower shop and you're selling flowers, right? You could use this same method right here. And this is really the primary foundation of building and growing a business. Short little story here. You know, when I first started my virtual assistant business, I would walk around to these struggling small communities, and before I figured out the sales pipeline, right, we're all in the business to build relationships. You know, we're not in the business to buy or sell houses, even though that's primarily what we do. We're actually here to build strong relationships. Now for me, when I first started out, I didn't have Keller Williams or these classes or trainings to teach me how to become a great business owner. So what I did is I walked out to these places on foot, and I, you know, chit-chatted with the business owner, the person who worked at the time. We exchanged business cards, and I went home and I said, awesome. And I threw that business card in a drawer and I closed it. And I said, I hope they'll call me when they're ready to do business. And lo and behold, that's not quite. I had a huge stack of business cards that I completely neglected because I didn't know this sales funnel. I didn't know this pipeline here. And again, going back, we're building relationships. I should have called each one of them, stayed in touch, see how things were going on probably a monthly basis, and start building those internal relationships. If you don't have those relationships, you don't have that connection. Now, this sales funnel right here, it starts from top to bottom. And first and foremost, the most important things that we're going to need to get are things called leads, right? And what leads are your people who say you've created a social media ad and you posted it on Facebook. These are the people who clicked on your ad and that may or may not be interested in what you are selling. Leads are very important because those are the moment of contact that you're able to kind of grab these individuals' contact information and start reaching out. Now, if they don't want to reach out, then you can go ahead and scrap that lead. But more often than not, if you keep that steady relationship, more often than not, when they see your phone number pop up, they're pretty excited to talk to you because, you know, you're friends now at this point. Now, it's very important to know that not all leads are ready to buy or sell right now, but it's still our duty to keep in contact and build those relationships, because it could be months down the line or a couple years down the line where that lead that you've been nurturing, nurturing is a term that we use to just kind of keep in contact and build that relationship. When you start to nurture, who's going to be the first person that individual is going to think of when they're ready to buy or sell? So that's why you see, if you guys are new, that's why you see these seasoned agents always on the phone, calling their database, reaching out, seeing how things are going, as well as holding those client appreciation events. You can also keep in contact with your leads by email, like email newsletter and things like that. And again, we'll jump into that a little bit later. Now, when that lead is ready to buy or sell with you, then you can move them down to appointments. So now you're setting appointments for your buyer or seller. And then once things get underway and move a little bit further down the pipeline, you guys will see that you will start to enter agreements right here, contracts, and this is when the deal is about to close. And then once it does close, then you'll get your payday here. So, and then again, this would be a standard sales funnel that you can apply really to any business at all. Do you guys have any questions on this? Nope. Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Moving over to, oh gosh. Oh, awesome. I put this link in here. We're going to watch a short little video of a mega agent and kind of what her schedule is like on a day-to-day basis. And then we're going to probably stop it for a little ahas and a few tips that you guys might have picked up along the way. Okay. Now if you guys can't hear it, just let me know and then I'll adjust the volume for you. Gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Okay, well, pivoting over a little bit. Gosh, I'll put the link in the chat. I'm not sure if it's going to work for you guys or not, but I will give this to you guys in case it works over here for you. But let me talk a little bit about what this agent says in this video. So first and foremost, again, paraphrasing here, first and foremost, what this mega agent does is she time blocks in her calendar, okay? One of the most important things for us as real estate agents that we say is if it's not on your calendar, it works for you. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. Does it work for all of you guys? Okay, so I'm gonna pause myself here for a minute. Can you please watch this video and then unmute yourselves and holler at me when you're done, okay? Awesome. I'll give a few more seconds for you guys to finish up. All right, and Daisy, no worries. We'll send the link out to this video as well. We'll make sure that you get this video. Now, for those of you who were able to watch it, do you have any ahas on what this agent has said, what she does during her day?
I like the part about front loading the week.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good one.
Essentially varying the week, going by how your own energy system works, I guess, for when you have the best results for yourself.
You know, I've also kind of looking back at my calendar and my schedule and things like that. I kind of live that as well, and it does kind of prove to be true. Energy is earliest in the morning, earliest in the day, and earliest in the week. So one thing to keep in mind, I'm not sure if you guys know who Jeff Woods is, but he is. Oops.
You finally got it.
I think this is Matt. Matt, do you want to go ahead and? Okay. Yeah. So it is on this link right here. Again, I'll send it out to you guys. But one thing that I noticed, if you guys know who, do you guys know who Jeff Woods is in The One Thing? Have you guys ever heard of that? Yeah. Reach out to your market leadership, and they should be able to have a few copies of the One Thing book. Basically, what the One Thing states is that if you can focus on the most important tasks earliest in the morning, chances are you will move the needle ahead every day. And what he means by that is as the hours go on through the day, you'll start to notice more emails come up, more fires need to be put out, things like that. And then as the day goes on, you just have a full schedule.
Hey, can I throw out something for myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, I find for myself what works is if I start my morning out doing the stuff I don't want to do, the stuff I would procrastinate on, I guess. I do a lot better. I get that stuff out of the way, and then I can do the fun stuff later.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just to piggyback off of that, they say, you know, that a lot of easy stuff may be very quick to solve, but again, double check that it's your priority, because sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too, sometimes small emails will pop up and I'll spend, you know, a good couple hours on just answering responses when, you know, I could be building a whole curriculum or things like that on my big to-do list. But also there's something within that book, The One Thing, it's called the 80-20 principle, which states that you can complete 80% of your work in 20% of the time. And so again, just keep in mind what these big things, these big one things are for you. And I promise you, if you guys, Barton, if you do your big one thing in the morning, then again, essentially the rest of the day you can spend putting out those fires and doing the things that you love. Exercise. Did anybody hear that? Exercise and listening to you know, motivational motivational speakers. Very important, you know, education and being able to grow, not only as, you know, a real estate agent, but as a leader, as someone who serves the community. You know, it's phenomenal to see the impact of these inspirational videos and educational tutorials and things like that to really help you guys be well-rounded in not only your business life, but your personal life as well. And then of course, time block. time block. That goes hand in hand with your one thing, right? If you can time block earliest in the morning, earliest in the day, and earliest in the week, chances are everything else will either flow into place, or you'll realize that it wasn't quite on the priority level as you would have thought beforehand. Any questions? Okay, perfect. Now let me get back over here. There we go. Pearls of wisdom. So if you guys have your Ignite manuals or Ignite books, on page 11 in your Ignite packets, it says, in your mission, you're tasked with seeking out 5 different people and asking them 2 questions. Write your top 3 answers on who gave you each answer below, and be prepared to share with the class. Have you guys done this? Okay, so one thing that I'd really encourage you guys to do, let me pull this over here. If you guys don't have this, Pearls of Wisdom is absolutely fantastic, because some of you stated to build relationships and make friends and in your market centers and your communities. One thing about Keller Williams is you can essentially go up to any real estate agent as long as they're not busy or on a call, and you can ask them advice. And this Pearls of Wisdom is asking you to reach out to two different people. I'd encourage you to reach out to your mega agents or your top producers in your market center and ask them these 2 questions. And the 2 questions state, what is your advice on getting into effective production as quickly as possible? And what is your secret to longevity and prosperity in the real estate business? Now, both of these are very great questions to ask these successful agents in your market center. And again, like I said, if they have the time, if they're not on a call or anything, they're more than happy to sit down and talk to you about what's worked with them. So again, if you guys have not done this, and if you're not in the market center, please make your way to the market center, check it out, walk around. If you don't know who your top producers are, ask your executive leadership team, hey, who are the top producers? Usually they're either your ALC committee, or there's a sign or framed pictures posted up on your market center of the people who have done, top written, closed, and listed in your market center. So you can go off of that list as well. All right, let's go over here. Make it happen. Anyone can succeed, but not everyone will. Why? The ones who do succeed have focus, the ability to concentrate their thoughts and actions on the most important tasks. So we talked about this not just a couple minutes ago during that video. Again, you have the tools that you need to succeed, and again, all you have to do is focus on those most important tasks. Everything else will fall into place. How do you create a personal plan and make process for your future? So again, making a plan and sticking to it sometimes is a little bit more difficult than we assume. But your calendar is going to be, again, that biggest tool for you. I never used to be a calendar person, but I use Google Calendar on a religious basis now. If anybody asks me what I'm doing, or if I want to go to lunch or anything like that, I first check my calendar. It's gotten me out of a lot of jams, which I could have double booked. And again, it's great to be able to send somebody to your calendar where they're able to kind of schedule and things like that as well. So that's one of my biggest tools for you guys, for your time blocking, for your tasks, and for your scheduler. How do you time block to get your focus? Well, again, we covered this a little bit, but diving deeper, my way of time blocking to get into focus is that early morning. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are pretty much my biggest days that I have stuff going on. Much like Diana said, you front load all your important tasks, and the rest of the days throughout the week may tend to get a little bit lighter. And then you sometimes see agents in your market center out of the market center for their Fridays or things like that. That's because they front loaded all of their workload in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday areas. How do you use accountability to keep focused? This is a big one, you guys. Again, just like your big why, why are you doing this? You're doing this to create a business. For example, you're doing this to create a business to leave down for your family, for your children. What would be your way to hold yourself accountable? What happens in the next 5 or 10 years if you do not accomplish this goal? I think it's very important to be able to set aside some honest truths about holding yourself accountable. As well as reaching that goal. You never want to set a goal that's way too unreachable, right? And then always feel like you kind of didn't succeed. With that, me personally, I always try to aim high, right? Not too high where I can't achieve the goal, but I like to give myself probably 20% more workload or more success, because that way, when you aim high, sometimes you end up right above. Oh, where's my camera? Sometimes you end up right above, in between reaching your goal and aiming for more. So just being able to give yourself a little bit more of a boost or goal, a little bit harder goal, could end up allowing you to be able to push through your previous goal and excel even further. How you guys doing? You with me so far? Okay, perfect. How do you make sure your environment supports your focus? Let me have a really honest conversation with you guys. It's very important to make sure that you guys have time to unwind and recharge. I'm a workaholic. I like to work all the time. You'll see me working at 10, 11 o'clock, and then wake up at 5 a.m. and do it all over again. But one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to burn out. You can rest for a day, maybe 2 days, and be able to regain your energy and your focus. One thing, when I was in a previous Ignite a year or two ago, a real estate agent told me his big one thing is to be able to provide a better life for his children. And I asked him, okay, I know you're working really hard. You're getting the business off the ground. How much time have you spent with your child since you've been through this process? And he said, I was able to give my kid a bath one time. And I said, that's wrong. You have to make sure the reason why you are in this business and the reason why you're doing this, because it's so easy to get on a repetitive track and kind of forget about that one thing. So hold yourself accountable for your wins and for your losses. Losses are room for improvement, so if you didn't quite make your goal, just keep in mind that you have basically a page to show you where you can improve on. So keep that in mind. And also in that video, you heard ways to keep your energy and your focus. Some people do this with music. Some people do this with sports. Some people do this with reading. Whatever your kind of outlet is, gardening, whatever you like to do to kind of unwind, use it as your energy, as your focus. Before I came on today, I listened to a little bit of pump up music, just kind of get my heart racing a little bit. So everybody has their own different kind of techniques, but just know that they do kind of work. And let me run through a couple of ways that you can maintain your energy. So on this page here, you know, the actually on the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and I can't believe I didn't mention this before we got started. If you guys don't know what the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is, some people call it the MREA or the Red Book. That and the One Thing book are two books that you should reach out to your market center and try to acquire. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is literally pretty much a Bible of everything that you need in your business, from stats and numbers to growing a team, working as a solo agent, and also breaks down the numbers of what you need to do in order to net $1 million. So that MREA book, I wish I had it now. I just moved into this new house, so I wish I had it with me. But the MREA book is something that you definitely should have on your bookshelf or on your desk. And in this book, they tell you ways that you can maintain your energy. And it says block time before 11 o'clock a.m. each morning, and pull each day to pull in energy from the following 5 key areas. This creates momentum that will carry you through your entire day. And so there's 5 different types of energy, and there's basically 5 different ways that you can kind of use a source to rejuvenate. So I'm going to go through these 5 types. 1, spiritual, and to regain your spiritual energy, meditate and pray. To gain your physical energy, exercise and eat right. For your emotional, hug, kiss, and laugh. For your mental, plan and calendar. It's one of my favorites. And for business, can anybody guess what business is?
Lead generate.
Sorry about that, guys. It booted me out. Did it boot everyone else out too?
Nope, just you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate that. All right. Moving on here without skipping a beat. So these would be key ways to be able to rejuvenate on your energy. I'm sure everybody has their own different ways. Again, reading and music and exercise, going for a run, those seem to be the biggest key factors. All right, next here we have our 411. So again, this is a really awesome page here. What I did is I actually have a big page for this 411 for us to be able to kind of explore it together here. And what a 411 is, when we're talking about our goals and keeping ourselves accountable, day in and day out, we have different types of tools in our resource packet to kind of help us along the way. So one of which is called a 411. And the way that 411s work is it means 4 weeks, 1 month, 1 year. And how this works, and this is from the 6 personal perspectives. There's a class on it that you guys can, a bigger class that you guys can take. But the 411 states that there's 4 weeks in a month, right? And what can you do within these 4 weeks that would accomplish the month, right? And then we go down to the 1 month, and each month you have 12 months in a year. What can you do to accomplish this month that would set you on goal for your year task? So typically we like to work backwards on our 411, saying what do you really want to accomplish for the year? What each month would let you accomplish that? And then we really dissect it into the weeks. What every week do I need to do to accomplish that task for the month? You guys still with me? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to drag over a 411 document right here. Whoops. And I'm sure you guys have this on your packet here too. But again, as you see right here, it goes from top to bottom. So what's your annual goals? What's your monthly goals to accomplish this annual goal? And then each week, what do you need to do to succeed for that month? So if I want to close 12 listings for the year, that means I need to get 1 listing per month. I need to close 1 listing per month. And what do I need to do each week in order to ensure that I will be closing 1 listing every month? So for the first week, maybe lead generate, appointments, contracts, and so on. So if you guys have this, I'm sure it's on your page. On page 18 of your binder, you guys have a full 411 worksheet for you. If you guys don't have this 411 worksheet, I'll go ahead and I'll drop a link here for you, so you guys can start creating your 411 here. Here you go. You guys can go ahead and download that, or make a copy of it, just so you're not writing on the hard copy. But if you make a copy, it'll be in your Google Drive, and you guys will be able to follow your 411s every week and every day and every month and year. Does anybody have any questions when it comes to your 411s at all? Okay, perfect.
How many people like 411s?
I love a 411. My 411s and my 135s, and I'll cover that here in a little bit. Those are some amazing tools. The 4 conversations. Hopefully, we're gonna leave you guys with a lot of different business tools here today, as well as some other great info. Okay, revisit your goals. Leverage the MREA models. To be highly successful in your real estate career, it is important for you to understand that you need to not only think like a business person, you need to become one as well. The fundamental models from the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, represent the 4 areas of action you must tackle on your way to high real estate sales. I'm sorry. So one thing that you guys have, you may have it in your binder here. Does everybody have their booklets with them? Okay, perfect. That'll keep me from dragging the screen over back and forth. So the four models you guys will typically see are going to be the economic model, the lead generation model, the budget model, and the organizational model. So starting with the economic model, economic model is a formula that shows you how to plug into specific numbers you'll have to achieve in specific areas to receive specific income. So right here is know the numbers you must hit, focus on appointments, and focus on conversions. So that's going to be your economic model. The second one's going to be your lead generation model, and the specific approach you must take to systematically generate a specific number of leads. So here you'll need to prospect and market. You'll need to set up a database and systematically market to it. And you'll need to focus on seller listings taken. That's the lead generation model. The third one is the budget model. And the budget model is an outline of the specific budget categories that you should track the percentages of your gross revenue, and you should spend in each of them. So here you'll need to lead with revenue, pay red light, green light, play red light, green light. So know your budget, where you're at, where you may need to pause on, and then stick to that budget. So again, that would be the budget model. And third, last but not least, the organizational model. So once you guys start to grow your business and start to add new team members to your business, the specific staff positions you'll need to fill and the job responsibilities that they'll be given as your business grows. So here you'll need to know when doing all you can. So I know that's kind of hard for some of us. I know all of us want to get in and do everything ourselves, but know what you can do and where your time's best spent. And hire administrative help, hire talent, and train and consult. So just because you hire a great team member, they still need that training and education that you guys are getting here today. So it's very, very important. I had a real estate agent ask me, what is the one thing that you see that is a big downfall to real estate agents? And I say they get too busy to continue their education. And so just keep that in mind, that you only grow as an individual when you learn new things, and just stay plugged in, because we're here to help you guys be as successful as you can be.
That is key, by the way, staying plugged in. Learning.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you don't show up, we can't make you be great.
That's 100% true. And yeah, these four models and how they work together to build your abundant agent business is truly phenomenal. They're built by this CEO, Gary Keller, and is a tried and true testament for us in Experience Brokerage. Chris Suarez, our operating principal, he took the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and in 3 years, he grew his business to $30 million. Tried and true testament on what you can do with these systems and models if you stay applied. All right, let's jump into revisiting our goals here. So in Power Session 1, Ignite Your Business, you set a goal for your annual number, closed transactions, annual income desired, things like that. Do you guys still have those sheets? Okay. Yep, no worries. So, and here's the thing, some of you may have came in like right after the beginning of Ignite too, so it's perfectly fine. But there's one thing that I really want to show you guys, and it's something called the 4 conversations. And the 4 conversations is another tool, much like the 411 that we use. But it kind of helps you track your monthly progress when it comes to how many appointments did I go on this month? How many contracts did I write? How many listings did I close? So you'll see a lot of agents would actually took a laminate and laminated these sheets right here and put them up in their office to use a whiteboard marker and track their numbers that way. But what the 4 conversations kind of looks like is something similar to this. And you have 4 squares right here. And you guys can go ahead and draw this out on a piece of paper if you want, or you can just watch my screen. But basically it starts from the left and works our way to the right. So first, what you have in your first square is listing appointments. And then you'll draw another square here, which is listings taken. We have the wall of value, which we're going to get to here in a second. And then after the wall of value, you have your closings and then your profit. Now, how this works is you'll typically see a line drawn in between these 4 squares here. So you'll have a top section, you'll also have a bottom section. Now, the bottom section, we write in how many appointments we want. So let's say I want 25 appointments this month. Listings taken. This is where we start to do some math here. Not actual math, but we'll have to think for a second. If I took 25 appointments, how many listings of that should I take? So let me go 10. Let's go 10. I'm expecting to get 10 appointments out of 25 listings. Out of 10 listings, how many am I hoping that will close? So I'll cut that in half one more time and say 5. I'll be generous. And if we closed 5 listings right here, how much profit would that be for the month? And what we do here is we're able to, every week we go on an appointment, we can change, 5 to 6, 6 to 7 up on the top. So the top is our actual, the bottom is going to be what we want it to be, our goal. And let me see if I can find one that somebody wrote in. So this is what the sheet would actually look like right here when you draw them out. And so now you have these lines right here on the wall of value. So here's your goal for the month. And then what you'll start to do is you'll start to actually have like a monthly goal right here. Oh, that's a video. So you actually have a monthly goal right here where you can write down how many appointments and closings you have on here. So 177 listing appointments for a single agent, I'm going to say is might be pretty intense. I think these guys are a team right here. But as you see right here, they get to actually see what the goal for their net profit for the month is. And if they keep on track for this right here, then they will hit their goal for the entire year. So if you guys don't have these 4 conversation sheets, I tried to download it really quick before I came in today, but I just didn't quite have time. Reach out to your executive leadership team. They should have blank ones for you. And then you can start to write in your own goals and your own numbers. But I'm not done yet. So let's just stop for a moment and say, well, Morgan, how do I figure out, all the numbers that I need for my yearly goal? Well, we have another tool for you for that. So I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to go to KW Command. And inside your KW Command, you actually have a section where you can set up your goals for the year. So I'm inside KW Command. I'm going to click on this red KW square. I'm going to make my way to reports right here. I'm going to click on goals at the top. And I'm going to click on goal settings right here. So this is my 2021 goals. And what this does is this actually takes me through step by step on how to set up my goals for the year. So this is year 2021. I want to make $1 million at the end of the year. So that's my goal. My expenses are $750,000, cost of sales $750,000. And just know this isn't going to be exactly the same. So you're going to have to use your budgeting and how much your marketing cost and things like that for this. This is just a example here. What does your business make up? Are you more listing heavy? Are you more buyer heavy? And once you kind of do that conversion, you can always come back here and change it too. But once we actually go through average commission of the unit and so on, once we hit next over here, there's your sales funnel that we went over. Leads to contract. I'm just going to keep this basic the way that it is. But here you can actually change that percentage. Actually, 10% of my leads go into contacts instead of 8. Actually, when they set into from contacts to appointments, I actually keep 40% of my database in here. And then you can go down the list and really adjust and change it. But for now, I'm going to keep it the same. And once you break down all of your numbers right here, I'm gonna click on View My Goals. We're actually gonna have a breakdown of everything that we need in order to reach those goals. So show my values for the year. I'm not a real estate agent, so my numbers are gonna be a little off. But here you can also have a breakdown of what you need in order to accomplish your goals here. And as you see, the profit tracker will go up to 80, 90, 100. And also right here, you can see where your leads are, your contacts, appointment set, appointment kept, and so on down the line. Do you guys have any questions? So 4 conversations and the 411 that we both went through. And then also the tracker, the goals settings right here too, okay? Let me jump back here. There we go. All right, conversion rates. So this is very similar to what we just went through, but I just showed you pictures instead of numbers right here. So if you made 44 leads, right, you connected with 44 people and 0 went to appointments, technically you have a 0 out of 44 conversion ratio, okay? So this is where we will know that where we need to work on, okay? Next week, we have a 29 connections, 0 appointments. That's 0 out of 29 conversion rate. Week 3, we have 36 connections and then 1 appointment. That's 1 out of 36, 2.7% conversion rate. Okay. So that's how we start to get those conversion rates on that funnel that I showed you in the goals. This is how you can start to manage them and really put those accurate percentages in there. Week 4 right here, you see that we have 49 connections, 2 appointments. We kind of rounded up here a little bit and then we cut it in half. So 1 out of 25 is a 4% conversion rate. You guys have any questions on that? All right, perfect. And then again, if you guys do, reach out to Matt, Mara, myself. You know, all of us leaders are pretty well adept into the conversion rates and getting to know this. So if you guys need any refreshers, just let us know.
How many appointments does it take? Successful appointments does it take to reach $1 million?
Oh gosh, Matt. Yeah, anybody know? Matt, I'm not quite sure. I do have a paper here somewhere, but I don't know off the top of my head. What's the number?
Used to be 7, but with the pay increase that we get every month, it's now 4.4. So 5 appointments, 5 deals will get you to $1 million. There's a
5
goal.
deals.
Yeah. 5 appointments.
Everybody write that down.
Conversion rate. It's important to know your numbers.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We have some agents that will get so busy and they will stop and they will forget to write down their numbers or keep track and stuff. And halfway through the year, you know, some agents may stop and say, "Wow, I'm way off course." And so it's always best to stop and do your numbers. I personally think halfway through the year, 6 months in, double check on your numbers, redo your numbers, and then towards the end of the year. So we may have a goals class come up here towards the end of the year that you guys can really plug into, and we can kind of get all of your goals and your answers taken care of.
The other part of that, real quick, sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
When should you do your business planning for next year?
I would say, well, everything that you do now reflects 3 months from now. So I would say, you know, October would be a great time to start thinking about 2022.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. October, no later than November. You're setting your numbers next year.
Yeah. So yeah, keep that in mind, and that's something that you'll probably hear a lot too. Is everything 3 months from now? So again, you don't want to be late to 2022, not knowing your numbers or your big goal for the year and how to accomplish it. All right, page 20. Looks like I'm up.
You know what, Morgan? Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you kind of run through a bit backwards again? If you have a dollar amount that you want to make per year, how do you set up your goal setting to get to that amount? You know, maybe I didn't quite understand what you were saying. You just ran through all that, but I would like to know how to do that.
Sure. Jump inside of your command here and then click on reports.
Okay.
And then you go to your goals up top here and then goal settings. And what's cool about this is typically it'll do the conversions for you. So you really don't have to spend time going through it.
Okay.
But you do need to know some primary pieces of info, like your expenses, your cost of sale, what you'd like for the year. And then again, your percentages of buyers listings, and then your buyers listing commission rate. But once you do that, it should break everything down here for you. And as you see right here, it says annual goal is 1 million. So I need to make a monthly profit goal of $83,333 in order to keep on track with my goal.
Okay, thanks.
And then again, they should do a auto conversion of your cost of sales and expenses through that and stuff.
Okay, so it might take a little time to figure out what your expenses are, or be able to adjust that, but it's a good starting point at least. And
Yeah,
so-
absolutely. I'd go around and ask maybe a couple other solo agents, and then maybe do a rough estimate, and then see kind of maybe where you end up a few months from now. You have a great time. We have a few more months left, so they don't have 2022 up here yet, but as it comes towards the end of the year, they should pop this in here. I would go ahead and run the rest of the year and see what that may look like, plus like 3 extra times, right? 3 extra quarters. And I know some seasons are a little bit different than others, but it's good to get that rough estimate. And then once you start getting a number yourself, then you can plug it in there.
Okay.
All right. Jumping right back over here. Commit to action right here. So there we go. So now that you've looked back at your goals and numbers, it's time to commit to them. So a lot of the things that we talked about here today can really be helpful in you and your business. From talking about goals and seeing how similar you guys are to other agents inside this class here, to knowing that you guys can partner up and hold yourself accountable. If you know that you're kind of one of those people who may need some accountability, right? Reach out. There's tons of people in the market center who love, it's just kind of like lifting weights and having a spotter, right? Having somebody to keep you on track for your monthly and yearly goals. Again, as long as these agents have time, they're more than happy to help you out. So KW really created a phenomenal workspace where you guys can really collaborate with just about anybody. So commit to your daily 10-4s, your contacts, your open houses. Commit to that. Commit to practicing your daily scripts. Commit to holding open houses every week. Commit to putting all the people in your database onto touch campaigns. Okay, they won't know if you're in their database. You're gonna have to reach out and keep in contact with them. Be front of mind share is what we say here. Commit to going on blank appointments every week. I'm going to challenge you, and whatever number you put down, put 2 more. Challenge yourself. Commit to pre-qualifying buyers and getting a signed buyer representation agreement before showing homes. Commit to pre-qualifying sellers with a pre-listing packet. Commit to practicing the listing commit to pricing the listing to ensure sales for your customers. Commit to managing all transactions to a successful close for both parties. Okay, so we want to be helpful and resourceful to not only our clients but the other side as well, because more often than not, if you have a smooth transaction, not only will that client remember you, but that other side of that agency, that real estate agent will remember how smoothly that transaction went as well, and would more likely want to do business with you in the future. Commit to customer service and creating a win-win for all parties involved. I commit to my 411 and having myself held accountable to it. So 411s are very, very important, just like we mentioned here today. And commit to coaching of some form or regular accountability. So as you see here, everything that we've talked about just keeps coming back. That accountability is huge. Even if you don't have an accountability partner, these classes, these trainings, forgetting not being able to jump on the last class and jumping on it this time, that's accountability. you know? So just make sure that you guys are never too busy. And then script off. There's actually one part that I forgot to put inside of here at the very beginning, and what I would like us to do is our calls. Have you guys done calls since you were in Ignite? They make you call out to people, yeah. Now, you guys are pretty lucky because when I do this live in person, I make everybody stand up and I make them scream so loud that the agents in the other offices down the hall can hear you. However, since we're on Zoom, you guys kind of have a break here. But I kind of want to do something a little bit different. You know, we have calls, and calls are very, very, very important. But since this is the last class, I'm going to decide to do something a little bit different. And what I'd like you guys to do, I'd like you guys to take the next 5 minutes, and I would like you guys to text 3 people in your database. Now, there's going to be some requirements here. I don't want you to talk about real estate. And I know that sounds a little confusing and a little backwards, but like I said at the beginning, the name of the game is not to buy or sell real estate. It's to build relationships. And anybody who's in a service industry knows how important it is to, you go down to Applebee's, did you have good service that day, or did you kind of have bad service where it kind of didn't make you want to come back again? These are all very similar to real estate agents, right? Anybody in the service industry. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to text 3 individuals within 5 minutes. Text more if you have the time. But I'd like you to just reach out and see how they're doing, right? If you have a small little piece of information, if it's like their child's birthday coming up, Labor Day is coming up, guys. That's a fantastic one. Just reach out and see what your database is doing for Labor Day weekend. You guys will be surprised at the text that you will receive back. So I'm going to put like a 5-minute timer on the clock here. If you guys throughout the rest of this class here, if you guys get text back, let me know that they reached back out to you guys. Because again, you don't necessarily have to have anything to say as long as you keep front of that mind share. Let's see here. Let's do 5 minutes. You guys don't get a timer today. I apologize, but I'll buzz you in 5 minutes, okay? All right. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. Everybody got their 3 texts? You guys need a little bit more time? All right. Now, since you guys have been through Ignite, tell me, what did you discover about you and your business? Were there improvements from any week to the next?
I think for me, it was just really driven home about having to contact people on a consistent basis. That has to be done every day, in some form or another. That's going to be the foundation for having a business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's again, that was one of my downfalls when I first started my virtual assistant business. Is, you know, I did all the work and all this, my whole database is business cards. I had no idea, but yeah, very, very important to stay in front of them when they're ready to buy or sell. And here's the thing, when you keep in contact and you keep in a relationship, then you keep your notes on your clients, then you start to realize that maybe your client's not ready to buy or sell, but maybe their child's moving out of the house. Maybe, unfortunately, somebody passed away and they need to sell their home. Maybe somebody's going to move closer to their family. So there's lots of reasons. You just have to be there at the right moment, and have more of an impact than somebody else, just walking through the door saying, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent." Anyone else? Okay. What actions will you take after knowing your conversion rate? Well, I hope what would happen is I hope I hope you guys would stick true to the tools that you guys have been given today. I hope that you guys will stick with your 411, stick with your calendar, stick with your conversion rate and your goal settings, your tools within KW Command. Knowing your numbers, just like Matt said, knowing your numbers is the name of the game. You can see where you're at in your business just by knowing your numbers. You get to know where your blind spots are by knowing your numbers. Am I spending too much on marketing and not getting that much of a return? Is Facebook doing the front load of my lead generation, and do I not need mailers that much? You know, just knowing your numbers. Do I need to go on more appointments because I'm just not getting the number of listings that I'm looking for? So there's so many different ways just by knowing your conversion rate, what's going on in your business. So, and also, just like I said, those blind spots. If you're really good at getting leads into appointments, but somehow you're not good getting it into the closing, well, we have that wall of value right there, and that's everything that you're providing for that client's listing presentations. It's, you know, going on open houses. It's, you know, everything that makes up you and your business. And each one of those squares, they're a square for a reason, because there's a little gap in between each one. And those small little gaps are what you're doing to get to the next square. And if one square is a little bit weaker, getting to that next one, then you know where you kind of have to focus on is that small area of improvement. Does that make sense? All right. Improve your leads to appointment conversion rate. So, commit to improving your leads to appointment conversion rate. Set a goal for your new rate, and a date by which you achieved it. So, so again, this is looking into the future, right? What would you like your conversion rate to be? Would you like to close one out of every 4 houses? Would you like to close, you know, what number gets you to the goal that you want towards the end of the year? So on page 24 right here. On page 24, I don't know. It says page 33 to 36, so I could be wrong. What 24 or 33 to 36? You have a section in here that says my current conversion rate, so your average. So you may not know your exact. Then your goal conversion rate, and then what's the due date that you want to achieve that goal? Again, a big thing that's going to help out is running that goals settings inside of your command in order to kind of help you out here. And then we also have other conversion rates. So we have appointments to signed agreements to contracts, and then contracts to closing. So I kind of lumped both of these into one, but again, you have your full conversion rate up top. And then on the next page, you should have your individual slices of those squares. So commit to action. So now that you've looked back at your goals and your numbers, it's time to kind of put that all into action, right? So so again, hold yourself accountable. There's also great books and stuff that you guys have at your resource. We talked a little bit about the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. We have this little checklist here for you. Again, each one of these are going to be a fantastic resource for you. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent Shift is a great one for the shifting market, written by, again, Gary Keller, Jay Papasan. I will attend family reunion and mega camp. So we just got done with mega camp. I'm not sure if you guys heard about it or not, but we run 2 huge KW wide events every year. One's mega camp, which we just had, so it's in the fall, and then one is in the springtime, I think in February, called Family Reunion. And both of these for the last year, they've been virtual, but hopefully when Family Reunion comes around, hopefully those COVID restrictions will be lifted a little bit and we'll be able to kind of see each other in person. I'm not quite sure. But the digital family reunion mega camp was absolutely amazing. You have a set of live speakers that talk about basically any category that you're interested in. If you want to learn more about listings, if you want to learn more about buyers, luxury, commercial, things like that. If you just want to get more in tune with KW Command, they have those sort of things too. So really make a point to go to Family Reunion Mega Camp. It's the 2 big KW wide events every single year. Attend Ignite again. Just because you guys attended once does not mean that's it. So keep coming to Ignite for as long as you guys want, as long as you guys can soak up that knowledge. And there's more trainings and resources for you guys as well. Once you think that you've had your fill of Ignite, there's an even more intense training course that you can go to. It's called Bold. And Bold comes into the area twice a year. I think one up north by the Portland area, and then one kind of down south by like Eugene. So those locations may change, but you get 2 live Bold events. And again, I think right now they could be digital as well. And then take the technology training offered in your market center. And guys, that's me. So I'm actually running starting this week, actually, I'm running a 6 class command course for you guys, and it's going to repeat every 6 classes. So if you guys really want to get up in tune with your technology, I believe it's every Thursday at 11 o'clock starting this week. September 2nd. You guys should see promotions in your email as well as our Facebook group, your private mastermind group. We're trying to promote it a lot. But again, if you guys need any help at all on your KW Tech, that's the place to go. So just get plugged into that technology. Even if that's not your strong suit, you have me to really kind of help break things down and explain things easier for you. All right. Questions? Do we have any questions at all? I think I ran through that pretty quick, Matt. All right, no questions. All right, that's a first. All right, you guys. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm not quite sure if I missed some material or not, but I'm pretty sure Matt will catch me if I have. If there's anything else that I can do for you or these speakers, please let me know. You know, we're here to help. Again, the biggest thing is you're in the service industry. You are here to help people. Keep your calendar close to you, time block, know your numbers, because that's going to be knowing your business, and reach out to these leaders. Again, you have a full staff of executive leaders in your market center, as well as more within the 5 market centers that Experience Brokerage makes up. So, so again, I will cut this early. Did anybody get any text messages back?
Yeah, I'm roped into babysitting a cat this weekend now.
There you go.
The friend
And
I
then-
texted is going out to Eastern Oregon and their cat sitter bailed. So now I'm doing it.
Look at that. And Cal, all you need to do is just, when you're done cat sitting, just set a business card on the counter.
Exactly.
Rebecca, what about you?
Yeah, I was able to have actually 4 conversations, and some people didn't even realize it was a long weekend, and that was interesting. They just worked through it like normal. And then another contact of mine up near Seattle, she said that they're having friends coming over from the East Coast, and they're going to go drive around Washington and visit some cool sites. So
That's awesome. And see, again, some people may not even know it's Labor Day yet. One cool thing is, as you guys, these next few months that are coming up, you have all these holidays. You have Halloween, Thanksgiving. You have all these different, holidays and events that you can really make an impact and be a front of mind share. Before I leave here today, there's also a couple other tips that I'd like to mention. And one has to do with like Facebook or social media. And I get this question quite a bit. It's how do I stand out as a real estate agent on social media when there's a sea of real estate agents all throughout, the web? And one thing that I like to stress and I like to mention is something called niches. What makes up Rebecca is not what makes up Morgan, right? And what makes up Cal doesn't make up Barton. And chances are, if me personally, if I were to try and engage in like a skateboarding group in social media, I may not be that successful just because I don't know anything about skateboarding, and I'd probably put my foot in my mouth at some point. But I do know a lot about technology, and being able to be a part of a technology platform or social media technology group where I can kind of put my interests at play really kind of help to build relationships. Cal, you have friends, right? You got roped into cat sitting. And why do those friends like you, and it's going to be the same for all the rest of you guys is you don't have to compete with everybody. You just have to be yourself and let the people who like gardening come to you and check out your flowers, right? The people who like cats come and check out your cat posts, right? And it's things like that really catch people's attention on social media more than just a stock photo of a home. If Cal created a lunchtime, he created a quick video on what he's cooking for lunch, people would much rather watch that than scroll past an ad. And what I mean by this is, has anybody here been just fascinated with like reality TV shows of like, what's this person doing in their life today? It's pretty much the same concept that you guys will experience. What is Cal doing this weekend? Is he going camping? Is he, or is he at home, tending to, whatever, right? Those are the things that people seem to latch on a little bit more. Me, I love putting advice in technology groups, love it. And people love me for it too. So just keep that in mind as well as you don't have to compete as hard as you just have to be who you are, and people will come to you.
And Morgan, can I say real quickly, so your rule for us to not speak anything about real estate. So I kind of bent that rule a little bit, and I shared how excited I was with my contacts about Josh and I closing on our new house on Tuesday next week.
That
So-
is awesome. Congratulations, by the way. Way to keep that secret. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. And when I mentioned that, when I said don't talk anything about real estate, you don't always have to keep that real estate thing secret, right? So that was
Right.
just for this text. That was just for this text message.
Yeah.
But again, just know that you don't have to always kind of come in and call and talk about it, right? You don't have to
Right.
kind of, are you ready to buy that yet? You know, so
Yeah,
just keep in
exactly.
mind, people. Next year, I'm going to be growing some Carolina Reaper peppers. And if anybody of you like spicy stuff, I'll be sure to send you some pictures or start posting some pictures and stuff. Pretty cool. You know, for those of you who don't care, it's probably just, you probably don't care. You won't see it. Right. So, so yeah, keep that in mind. And you know, you can talk about real estate, but sometimes, you know, find out what they're into and what they're doing at this point in time. And I think you'll get a lot more. People like to talk about themselves, right? So you'll get a lot more bites when you try to fish for more info on what your clients are doing.
Exactly.
Any other questions, you guys? Do you guys have any questions on conversions, you know, goals, anything at all?
I actually have one technology question that I haven't been able to figure out the past couple days. I got
Sure.
like a nicely designed email signature that I'm trying to input into my email, but it's showing up as an attachment every time, and I don't want it to show up as like a picture attachment. Would you know how to fix that?
So just really quickly, is it just a text? Did you just write out in a text?
No, like it's I don't know, it's got
Picture.
my face in it and all of my info that I want to put at the end of my emails, but it's just showing up as like a picture attachment.
Go ahead, Cal, send me an email. That way I
Okay.
can see it physically, and then I can give you some more instructions off the lines. That sound good?
That sounds perfect. You
Do
want
you
to
need
drop
my
your email in the chat? I don't
Yeah.
know if I have it.
Guys, I'll put my name and my email in the chat. If you guys ever want to reach out to me, you're more than welcome. I'm hoping to see all you guys on our weekly Thursday tech training. So if not, I won't blame you for it, but it is there for you.
Thank you, Morgan. I definitely plan on attending as many of those as I can. Appreciate that for sure.
Absolutely. And again, you guys have a wonderful 3-day weekend this week. You got 4 more days left ahead of you. Again, Matt, thank you very much for letting me host today. Appreciate it very much. And if you guys did like this training here, if you guys like me as a speaker, give me lots of kudos to Matt and Mara and make sure that they know I'm doing a good job for you. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you guys.
Thank you, Morgan. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Morgan.